What the second COVID wave means for domestic pharma companies. With the second COVID wave already surpassing the daily highs recorded in the month of September 2020 of about 95,000, the demand for vaccines, critical medical equipments like oxygen cylinders, and ventilators have increased manifold. Vaccine manufacturers didn't anticipate big jump in demand given initial hesitancy for vaccines as they look to ramp up productions. As India witnesses new peak with almost every passing day, the situation in Maharashtra is quite grim with sharp jump in cases. The state corresponds to 51% of total countrywide cases reported since 1st February 2021. What's more worrying is the fact that 44% of the total COVID induced casualties in India are from Maharashtra. With a slew of restrictions already in place, the state government is mulling on whether to introduce a complete lockdown. Vaccination, the only way out. Almost all COVID vaccines globally claim that vaccination almost nullifies the chances of casualty due to COVID. Widespread vaccination would lead to a decrease in severe cases of COVID, requiring hospitalization, with mortality nearing zero. In India, in spite of all the recent hiccups with respect to supply, more than 10 crore vaccination has been given, implying that almost 7.5% of population have been covered with the first dose. So, we dissect and analyze what it means for the Indian pharma companies, investors, and those who are willing to hedge their bets based on the COVID-induced demand. COVID medications. Remdesivir, Favipiravir, ivermectin, and HCQs have inconclusive evidence in their favor for their efficacy against the virus. Eventually, the medical fraternity believes that most of these drugs are likely to be replaced by alternatives as medical research progresses. And for this reason, we believe that investors should look beyond the transient earnings opportunity out of these. There's a strong requirement and the demand for anticoagulants, steroids, bronchodilators, and supplements will remain till the pandemic gets over. Gland Pharma, Abbott, Dr. Reddy, Glenmark will benefit for being manufacturers of anticoagulants, Cipla and Lupin for bronchodilators, and Fermenta Biotech, Cadila, Alchem, and Divi's for vitamins and nutraceuticals. Emergency drugs used in severe cases would also have a short span of life as vaccination picks up and reaches an optimum level. So, the incremental opportunity in the COVID era comes in the vaccine space. Anecdotal evidence and the management commentary from the industry suggest that this may translate into a multi-year opportunity due to the periodic need for booster doses and a huge population. In this context and due need for rapid coverage, India may give up additional approvals in the near future. These may include Novavax, and one each from Johnson & Johnson and Cadila. We now look at the opportunities in the listed space. Dr. Reddy and Gland Pharma. With Sputnik 5 getting emergency authorization, Dr. Reddy and Gland Pharma are bound to benefit. Dr. Reddy has clinical trial tie-up and distribution rights, while Gland Pharma is the contract manufacturer. Aurobindo Pharma. Aurobindo has an exclusive license agreement with COVAX to cater to domestic and UNICEF orders. It is expanding its vaccination capacity from 220 million doses to 480 million doses by June 2021, which represents a contract manufacturing opportunities. Cadila Pharma. Cadila recently announced that its phase 3 clinical trials with pegylated interferon alpha 2b, otherwise used for hepatitis C, has shown promising results in treating COVID-19. The company is waiting for domestic regulators' approval. It expects phase 3 data to be available by first quarter of financial year 2022. To tap this opportunity, the company is investing rupees 150 to 200 crore for a capacity of 120 million doses, which would be available from second quarter of financial year 2022. Inference. The huge population tie-up with the multinational agencies to supply vaccines present an unprecedented opportunity for the Indian vaccine manufacturers. So companies are investing to ramp up their production. Regarding prices cap on vaccine, taking an inference from Serum Institute of India's Adar Poonawala's recent interview, we believe that going forward there would be more reasonable pricing for vaccine, possibly at $5 versus $2 the current rate.